man. I hope everybody is living in their blessings. I hope you a safe environment. You know what I'm saying? And I hope you loving those that love you. Welcome back to the round table. It is yours truly, Do Rock Creep, your host. You know what I'm saying? And I am absolutely at a pleasure to be at this round table yet again with all my people, all my loved ones, the people that uplift this show, that uplift me, that uplift each other every time we step to this round table. Thank you for joining us again for another edition. You know what I'm saying? On this late night hype, although it really ain't that late, it's 9 o'clock. You know what I'm saying? But thank you all for joining us, man. And let me say this, I want to thank everybody, that new subscribers, everybody that chose to come and be part of this Swang Glow Roundtable team. I appreciate you. Thank you. And to all the new viewers that hasn't subscribed to the channel yet, please hit the subscription button, man. It don't cost you nothing at all. You know what I'm saying? Your cord and nothing won't be charged. You know what I'm saying? You would just become an official member of the Swang Glow podcast. You know what I'm saying? Which means you get to sit at this seat at this round table with us. You know what I'm saying? Amongst family. You know what I mean? So when we bring these stories or these hot topics, you know what I'm saying, to the round table, man, hey, guess what? You will absolutely have a guaranteed seat. You know what I'm saying? And be sure to push that bell button, man. You know what I'm saying? So when we do these lives, you know what I'm saying, or I do a reaction video like I'm doing today, although this ain't a reaction video, this is actually a reaction live, you know what I'm saying, to a hot topic that I see starting to spark back up. You know what I mean? But we finna get into that. You know what I mean? Shout out to the homie Sneak Gang. I see you. What's up, bro? Can't wait to get you back on the show. You know what I'm saying? You know, that's one of my co-hosts right there. You know what I mean? Hey, love you, little bro, for sure, for sure. But yeah, man, we're gonna go ahead and jump into this thing and shit, because I don't want to hold y'all up too long here, you know what I'm saying? But I am gonna point out a couple of instances in regards to the topic that we are here to talk about today. Like I said, I'm here to react to something that's sparking back up in the media, which is, you know, a couple of people sent me some clips, some video clips of a podcaster, right? I'm not sure of his name, so I'm not going to jump out there and say it, but he's, I think, I believe, affiliated with the dude Blue Devil. You know what I'm saying? At Haters World, right? Now, he did an interview, you know, in response to Whack 100 going on his show, on Blue Devil show, excuse me, the Hater World show. You know what I'm saying? And you know, making a statement to the effect that the Mexicans had the green light to tell on the blacks, specifically in prison, right? All right, now let me say this. Let me say this, man. You know what I'm saying? I want to put this little disclaimer out there right now before I get into this, right? Because I don't want people to get it misconstrued on my personal feelings and experiences in regards to this topic that we're talking about. You know what I'm saying? Now, I understand that all Mexican people are not the same. You know what I mean? Especially those that don't come from a gang banging environment. You know what I'm saying? Although their politics is much different than the blacks, much different. You know what I'm saying? Now, it's been said that these dudes had the green light to tell on us, the blacks. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this. Um, I remember an incident. I'm gonna point out a couple of incidents, right? Personal incidents. That's all factual. You feel me? And the people that was involved in these incidents are still around. Mind you, I never bring nothing to the round table without having receipts. You know what I'm saying? So any story that I tell you, there's people still around that can come and verify any and everything that I say. You know what I'm saying? So I challenge anybody, you know, to test me on that. You feel me? Okay. So anyway, I remember a incident happened when I was in Corcoran State Prison, Sat F, right? And my homeboy, Hog, shout out to Hog. my nigga, that's my bro. You know what I'm saying? He was in the cell with me at this time. You know what I mean? And I believe I don't know if Hog sold this Southside or something. I can't remember per se, right? That led him directly to us. But whatever the case was, this dude PC'd up. He PC'd up because, like I've described on the show before, they are not to do any business with blacks. You know what I'm saying? And if they got caught doing business like that with blacks, they will face harsh penalty. And that's one thing about them, man. You know, and they got it like that for a reason. Really, it's all about money control. You know what I'm saying? They feel like if they can control the money, they can control the environment, period. You know what I'm saying? So if they don't have the money control, then they can control nothing. They feel powerless. You know what I'm saying? So bam, if let's say you got a Southsider selling dope and you got right, well, the Southsider shit is gonna be small. They penny pinch they sacks. You know what I'm saying? In comparisons to a black who's over here, he's gonna give you a double or a triple up in comparisons to what they giving you. And all they homies know that. You know what I'm saying? So bam, what's gonna end up happening is instead of them spending their money with their people, they gonna sneak off and get the bigger sack with the niggas. You know what I'm saying? So bam, these dudes over here, they big dogs know this. You know what I'm saying? They know this. So they make it their duty and obligation to find out who all black is selling dope in the prisons, right? They even send a dummy at you. You know what I'm saying? Just to test the water to see if I had a dude approach me one day out the blue. This dude I had never talked to in my life. You know what I'm saying? And we worked on the yard together, right? So, but I had never talked to him. He was a Southsider. You know what I'm saying? And typically that's how I am. I don't deal with them at all. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, out of the blue, this dude walk up to me and asked me about some dope, right? So I look at him. I said, why would you walk up to me and ask me about something like that? Me and you ain't never had a conversation or nothing. You know what I'm saying? I just thought, you was on deck with some, or you knew somebody that had. Nah, I don't know nothing. You know what I'm saying? And I find it kind of strange that you would walk up to me and just ask me something like that out the blue, and we have never had a conversation before. So he looked at me crazy, and he's like, "Oh, no disrespect," and he walked off. Right? So being that I have the experience that I have from the many and plenty of years that the prison experience that I got, you know what I'm saying? My mind is trained like that. You know what I'm saying? You can't just walk up to me and ask me something like that, because off the bat, I'm gonna think that you are working with the police. Period. And it ain't even necessarily got to be them. It can be anybody that I have never had a conversation. I'm like that with everybody. I'm instantly like, you're suspect to me. You know what I'm saying? Because the police would do that. They will put plants specifically on yours to find out who is doing illegal shit. You know what I'm saying? And then next thing you know, they kicking your door in. Well, anyway, that happened to us, me and the homie Hog. Shout out to the homie Hog, Pomona Evil Side Gangsters. You know what I'm saying? It's my bro, like I said. We were cellies in Corcoran Sat FC yard. You know what I'm saying? And I remember, man, we in the cell, it's probably 2 in the morning. I'm knocked out. You know what I'm saying? And next thing I know, I hear just kicking and screaming on my door, on the cell door, right? So I'm like, I jump up. I'm like, what the fuck? I pull my head from up under my blanket. I'm like, what the fuck? All I see is pink white faces, right? Looking through the window in my door, telling me to get up, put my hands in the air, you know what I'm saying? Cut the light on. He barking out all these orders. I'm talking about screaming, right? They serious. They face pink. They mad. You know what I'm saying? Like they coming to, do they shit, right? This is the goon squad, the police. This is the police that police the police. You know what I'm saying? So, bam, mind you, it's 2 in the morning, man. Now, if any of y'all, any of my viewers ever been to Corcoran State Prison, Sat F, you know what I'm saying? You know, when it rain up there, it rains inside the buildings. It rains inside the cells. It's horrible. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about, bro, the water will rise so high to where the stuff that you have on your floor, you're going to see floating around in your cell. You know what I'm saying? Because the water comes streaming out the walls from the ceiling, all out the walls. It was so bad, I had to make a funnel out of plastic bag. I took some big trash bags, taped them together all along the ceiling. You know what I'm saying? Where the water was coming out, and made a funnel that went all the way down from the ceiling, all the way down into a corner, into a bucket. You know what I'm saying, to catch the water. And I had to keep draining it. It worked a little bit, but still the water got everywhere. And then it got so bad where it was coming out the vents. It was coming out of everything, man. It was so much water, it blew my TV out inside my cell, right? So we dealing with this on top of these dudes running in on us at 2 in the morning. You know what I'm saying? Now, they take us out the cell. They take half niggas across the yard through the rain in their drawers and shower thongs. You know what I'm saying? Shower shoes, shower thongs, right? They marching niggas. This is niggas, right? They did this because this Mexican dude, Southsider, PC'd up. You know what I'm saying? And what I mean by PCing up is he went and turned himself in and told them that he can no longer be on the yard. He felt like his life was in jeopardy. You know what I'm saying? Now, seeing that, you know, these dudes, the Southsiders is jumping out there and they doing all these interviews online on YouTube now, right? And they saying, "Oh no, we don't get out like that. That don't never happen. That's not true." And this and that, right? Well, who would admit that they had a open policy like that? You know what I'm saying? Where when one of them decide that they don't want to no longer be in the general population, that if you don't want to be here, you tell on these niggas. You know what I'm saying? So that way, when you go to the next prison or the next yard, you can still coexist amongst our people. Because when they do that, I swear to God, I have never heard of them anything happening to them. You know what I'm saying? But here it is. You got them coming, they tearing our shit upside down because they would go and tell them that we're selling dope. They had it so bad up there in Sat F to the point where these dudes sit down with administration. Y'all say they don't snitch and that they don't have the open policy to tell on niggas and all this and that, right? Well, they are the only race that I know for a fact that have personal meetings with the warden, with the goon squad being the police that police the police. You know what I'm saying? They have meetings with them and they let them know what they're going to do before they do it. Let's say they got somebody that they need to stab and get off the yard, right? Guess what they're going to do? They're going to let the administration know that they're going to do this before they do it. You feel me? This is the type of intimate relationship that they have with the police, and this is facts. But they would never, none of them would ever come out and admit nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of like, damaging your brand. Why would you purposely damage your brand? You know what I'm saying? And when somebody else jump out there and speak on it from their experience, right? From their experience, because you have a lot of blacks that have experienced the same exact thing that I'm describing to you. You know what I'm saying? They acting like niggas are just waking up and making this shit up mysteriously about them and how they get down. You feel me? Dude, the Arnold. What's up, bastard? I see you. I see you in the chat, bro. Appreciate you tapping in for sure, for sure. You know what I'm saying? But who would purposely damage their brand? That's like me stepping out and saying, "Oh, you know, just purposely, put something out there on my brand that I know ain't cool. You know what I'm saying? Who would want to touch that tainted brand? You know what I'm saying? If the mass majority of the world look at that as being a bad thing. I don't know nobody who would. So of course they're gonna come out and try to contest, you know what I'm saying, the open policy that they have, to tell on niggas. Because it's happened over and over me to me personally, over and over again. That incident with me and Hall when they took us out in the rain at 2 in the morning. You know what I'm saying? And they marched half the niggas across that yard in the rain in their drawers and shower shoes. And had the other half of us sitting in the kitchen where the whole goddamn ceiling is about to fall in with all this rain coming in, and we sitting in that motherfucker cold and handcuffed up. Everybody in handcuffs, sitting in our drawers and shower shoes. You know what I'm saying? While they in there tearing up our fucking cell where all the water, oh man, it was horrible. It was horrible. You feel me? That's one incident. Another incident, you know what I'm saying? Me and my cousin GS from Great, we sellies. You feel me? And, you know, he dealing with a Southsider on business, right? And that dude used to always come to our cell, and while he trying to do business with my cousin, he peeking around the cell. But I'm watching everybody that come to the door. You know what I'm saying? And I'm telling my cousin, I said, hey man, I said, I don't trust that dude. You know what I'm saying? I said, me personally, like I'm not trying to get into that business and have them, knowing anything about anything that a motherfucker got going on because I know how they get down. So my cousin, being who he is, oh no, cuzzo, I be showing them love. They not gonna tell on me. I show them too much love and this and that, right? This was his argument. And I'm telling him, I'm like, man, I said, hey, I don't trust it. I would never trust him, bro. You know what I'm saying? But see, he's younger. He ain't really, had too much experience, prison experience. So, you know what I'm saying? That was one of the lessons that he had to learn. And I hate that he had to learn that because I ended up suffering in that too and I'm not doing no business with them. You know what I'm saying? And these are the same people that, look, man, they got a policy where and you know how I found this out? Because me and my young homie Bull Rock, shout out to Bull Rock, you know what I'm saying? We go to the hole in Corcoran State Prison, SADF, in 2013, right? We, of course, got told on, you know what I'm saying? They ran in my cell and found a whole bunch of weed and shit, you know what I'm saying? Like ounces. You feel me? And that's a whole nother story I'm gonna tell y'all about. So we go to the hole, and while we back there, right? I see a lot of the Southsiders that was in my building. You know what I'm saying? So being that I had worked inside my building as a porter, the porter is the person that work inside the building, clean up. You know what I'm saying? You do different shit. You know what I'm saying? For the niggas that's in there with you. You know what I'm saying? So I have access to everybody. So they used to have me passing shit to their homeboys all the time. You know what I'm saying? And I used to tell them, see, I had a thing, right? At that time, I had just bought a phone and I didn't want nobody to know that I had the phone, right? So while I'm at work, the Southsiders and everybody else, they would want me to pass their phones if they had phones and shit to their homeboys and shit. So I tell them like this, I do it, but you're gonna have to give me some phone time. You know what I'm saying? So some of them was like, okay. And then some of them was like, well, I'll wait for my homeboy to come out. All right, that's on you. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just letting you know I do it like that because if by chance I get caught with it, I get the write up. You don't. You know what I'm saying? So, for the most part, they would go for it. But see, my strategy in that was keeping them off my scent. You know what I'm saying? So they would never, why would he want phone time if he already got a phone? You know what I'm saying? So that was keeping them off my scent. They never knew that I had one, right? So Fast forward when me and the homie Bull Rock go to the hole, you know what I'm saying? I'm back there talking to someone. They like, that's crazy, man. We never knew you had a phone. That's crazy. You know, they like to talk. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, yeah, man, you know, I had to keep that shit under wraps. And they was telling me, they was like, look, they said it's crazy that we didn't know that. They said because, you know, we have a policy where we got to know who all have phones, no matter who it is, who all selling dope, who all is doing what. You know what I'm saying? And they take that information to their big dogs. They big see, and that's another thing with them. They like to write shit down. Remember how I told y'all about that story with Loke, you know what I'm saying, from Fresno, that the homies that beat down, you know what I'm saying, for getting in that debt, right? And remember how I told y'all the dude had wrote down the date that he sold this dude the dope, the time, the accurate time that he sold it to him, you know what I'm saying, had his first, middle, and last government, his alias, that nigga had everything wrote down. You know what I'm saying? So when it came time for him to bring him up on charges and shit, look, I got all this, right? So that's how you get to learn how these dudes operate. You know what I'm saying? So anybody that go sit down with the administration, to me, is not cool. Point blank, period. You know what I'm saying? Especially in private meetings where there's nobody else around. We've seen that happen. You know what I'm saying? Look, it got so crazy in Corcoran State Prison to the point where the Southsiders came up with a thing with the police. Like, look, we gonna have all our people stand down on getting dope into the prison, and we gonna do this for a certain amount of time. So none of our people is gonna be bringing in no dope, getting no dope, or none of that. You know what I'm saying? So if by chance, you know, you have somebody overdosing off something or whatever, it's not coming from us. So who's the next best people to point the finger at if it's not coming from them? Right? So I remember when they did that, one of the Southsiders ended up getting some dope from one of the homies, the homie Rover from Southside Compton Crip, right? Him and his celly sold some of them dudes some dope. Bam. The Mexican overdose, right? So that same day, they shot callers seeing one of their representatives down to our building. They come to me first. Hey man, look, um, you know, I'm not trying to get in y'all business or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? But you know, we already heard, we suspect who it was that sold our homeboy the dope. We just want to get it confirmed because they're not supposed to be buying no dope or doing none of that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, I said, hey, look, homie, I said, first of all, I'm not a snitch, right? Secondly, I don't know what you're talking about. And even if I did know what he was talking about, I would never tell you. And who is you to come question me about anything when it comes to that? Right? See, then you have to understand everything is built on a respect level when it comes to us and them dealing with each other. And that's another thing, how they jump out there on the interviews, that one podcaster dude, you know what I'm saying? How he was talking about, oh, when Whack 100 said that, they should have jumped up and got off on him and this and that, because my homeboys is the ones that kick it off and they the ones that do this and do that in prison, right? Okay, I give it to the Southsiders when it comes to them taking care of their own. They handle their business. That's without a doubt. That's undisputed. But don't get it fucked up. Y'all not the only ones that take care of your business. I done seen motherfuckers jump out there and say, uh, um, you know, when a ride go down and some of the blacks don't get in it, there's no consequences. You crazy as fuck. You crazy as don't ever. I don't want people out there in the world believing none of that whack ass shit that these dudes be jumping out there saying and trying to. That's what the only problem that I have with seeing some of this stuff is them trying to put themselves on a pedestal. You know what I'm saying? I don't take nothing away from them handling their business when they need to handle their business with their own. You know what I'm saying? But they try to make it seem like they are so superior and niggas is scared and bow down to them, and that's just not the case. You know what I'm saying? But when it comes to time for them to take care of theirs, when one of them mess up and violate the rules that they got, violate their rules, right? Their rules, then yeah, they gonna get cracking on them. You know what I'm saying? But taking nothing away from us, you know what I'm saying? Nigga, I don't have 200 and something. I didn't get 200 and something, damn near 300 points at one time for nothing. Spent all them years on a 180 high security, maximum security lockdown prison for nothing. You feel me? Point blank, period. And that ain't me bragging about nothing. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not like them. You know what I'm saying? I don't glorify this shit. It's nothing to glorify. But at the same token, I can't sit around and just let these people jump out there and just say anything and put themselves on the pedestal like that. You know what I'm saying? When I've come up in the system amongst these dudes, I know how they get down. I learned their ways. You have to understand your enemy in order to know how to deal with them. You know what I'm saying? Point blank, period. You know, you can have all the hatred in the world for me, but I know how to deal with you. You know what I'm saying? And if you know how to deal with a motherfucker, then it's easier to be able to bob and weave the bullshit. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, getting back to this dude that approached me about the dope that made his homeboy overdose, right? So when I tell him what I tell him, it's like, oh, all right, well, you know, we trying to get this straight, man, because they was wrong. They was in violation and this and that. Well, that ain't got nothing to do with me, homie. You need to holler at your people, right? So they go holler at their people. He go holler at the dude Selly that overdosed, right? That dude put the homies out there. It was Rover and them. So they go holler at Rover and them. Rover and them trying to tell them like, nah, 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 nah. We ain't sold them nothing. We ain't sold them nothing, right? They wouldn't. They didn't believe it. They believed their homeboy. So they walked out that building. 10 minutes after they walked out that building, they went over to the fucking program office. The program office is the police headquarters, right? Where the sergeants, lieutenants, and the captain of the yard and all that is always at. You know what I'm saying? Then the goon squad goes in and out of there. You know what I'm saying? They went over there. 10 minutes later, goon squad tore the homie cell up. Ran right up in that motherfucker, tore it up. Now, why y'all think they did that? Rover and them wasn't on the radar. They wasn't. But what it was, you know, them having that agreement with the administration and all the police there that they wasn't bringing no dope in for a certain amount of time. So if anybody overdose or something like that, something crazy like that, it's have to come from us. And they're gonna help the police find out who the fuck did it, just like they did in this case. You know what I'm saying? We can't go sit and have those intimate one-on-one meeting, private meetings with these people like that. And in all honesty, like me and my homies, how we get down, if by chance we have to talk to one of them, we're gonna have two or three other homies standing right there listening to the conversation. We don't even turn in medical slips without letting the other homie read that motherfucker before you get it to the police. Because niggas be writing shit, snitching on paper and giving it to the police and dropping it in the goddamn mailboxes and shit. You know what I'm saying? So we check all paperwork, you know what I'm saying? And if you gotta have a conversation with them people, it's gonna be two or three homies standing right there by the side of you, listening. Point blank period. We can't have no intimate conversations with them. Now, don't get me wrong. You got some that's just rats like that, and they do. And when we find out about them, they get taken care of. Outside of that, though, just making it a policy to work side by side with these people, nah, not gonna happen. Shout out Dalmu. Dalmu said facts. Northerners are notorious for keeping records of like a motherfucker, everything from who gave them a soup. They speak derogatory about our politics. Hey, that is factuals. Now, them, I don't know why people be thinking when it comes to the North Daniels that that they not just as bad as the Southsiders when it comes to that type of shit. Because oh my God, man, hey, I had an incident where I was dealing with a Northanger. This was in Corcoran State Prison too, right? It was quite a few of them there. I got to know a whole bunch of them, but it was one that I had got real cool with. Come to find out, this dude was like one of their top dogs. You know what I'm saying? But they politics was so cold, where you know, um, when they are moving dope or anything like that, like they are really, really strategic and you know what I'm saying? Like they cold, bro. You know what I'm saying? They couldn't move nothing without the big dog co-signing it and having his hands in on it. You know what I'm saying? And I remember this one time with that dude that I was cool with, this Norte. You know what I'm saying? He came and got at me. He like, look, he said, I'm gonna try to get some weed in. He like, but I don't want none of my homeboys to know. You know what I'm saying? He's like, so what I'm gonna do when I get it? He said, I'm gonna give it to you. You know what I'm saying? He like, but I'm gonna give you a percentage of it. He like, but we can't let none of my homeboys know. If they find out, I'm dead. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, damn. I'm like, all right, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? At that time, I'm trying to hustle. I'm trying to grind. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I agree to it. You know what I'm saying? So we run the play. You know what I'm saying? We run the play somehow, some way. They found out about it. And he came and told me ahead of time, like, look, he said, they kind of suspect, man, that I made a play with you. You know what I'm saying? And you know, one of them might come and ask you some questions and shit. You know what I'm saying? He like, I just want to give you a heads up. He like, please, please don't say nothing, please, right? So I'm like, all right, I already know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do the same thing that I did to the Southsiders when they came trying to question me about some shit. You know what I'm saying? Business that don't pertain to you. So when the dude came, when the North Day came to me, hey man, I don't mean to be in your business or nothing like that, man, but um, you know, um, we got a policy where, we can't make no moves without our big dog knowing and this and that and blah blah blah. And it came back to me that one of my homeboys was supposed to have done something with you. You know what I'm saying? And I just wanted to come and talk to you man to man, to see if you would give me the info on it. I said, look, I said, first of all, I said, check this out, bro. You coming and asking me about some business that I didn't do with you. Even if I did do some business with one of your homeboys or anybody, I didn't do it with you. So let's just say I say, yeah, I did that. And then you walk away from my door and then the police come and crash my spot. That goes on you. So he like, no, no, no. He like, no, I would never go. I said, hey, no, I don't care. I said, see, that's the thing. Y'all want us to respect y'all policies and all that shit, but y'all don't look at it like you got to respect our shit. And I'm telling you, you got to respect my point of view. You know what I'm saying? You got to respect the standards on how I look at shit and how the blacks do our business. I said, no, I didn't do nothing with your homeboy. You know what I'm saying? And even if I was to do anything with anybody, why would I tell you and then let you walk away from my door, possibly, you know what I'm saying, putting myself at risk? I said, I don't know you. I said, have me and you ever had a conversation? They're like, no, no, no. He said, that's the thing. I just came to try to meet you and talk to you, man, and try to get this situation. I said, well, the situation ain't got nothing to do with me. If y'all suspect of y'all homeboy, y'all need to holler at y'all homeboy. You hollering at the wrong person. You feel me? So he was like, all right, man. He was like, man, I was just trying to get to the bottom of this because we're not supposed to be doing. I said, well, again, you're telling me some business that don't pertain to me. I said, I'm not a North I'm a Crip. You know what I'm saying? So he was like, no, I respect the Crips. You can't respect the Crips too much if you was bold enough to come over here and ask me about some business that I didn't do with you, that don't pertain to you. I respect it, homie. I respect it. All right. And he got on. You know what I'm saying? So then After that, the one that I was dealing with and shit, he came and hollered at me. He was like, "Yeah, man." He told me about that conversation. He like, "Damn." He like, I didn't think you was gonna approach it like that. I said, "Yeah, I was gonna approach it like that." I said, "You got to look at it from my point of view, though." You know what I'm saying? I tell him any business about anything that I got going on. I don't even know that dude, never talked to him or none of that shit. You just come out the blue and ask me some shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm putting myself at risk because you can leave me and go straight to the police and tell them, nigga, like it's been done before. Like I said, they put plants in inside the prison yards, man. You know what I'm saying? Specifically to learn information. I've seen that shit happen a million times over and over, especially with the Southsiders. You'll have one pop up, you know what I'm saying? And he'll get there inquiring, "Hey, who got the good shit, Holmes? Who got the good shit?" I'm like, "What the fuck you talking about?" I had one dude, look, shout out to the homie Hog again. Hog, you remember this? If you watching the show, you remember this, bro. Hog had just moved in the cell with me, right? But before he moved, probably like a day or two before he moved in the cell with me, he had sold a Southsider some dope. He didn't sell. He traded him some dope for like some earbuds or some headphones or something that he needed, right? And he did it like a day or two before he moved in the cell with me, right? So when he moved in the cell with me, the Southsider come to my cell one day, and he like, "Hey man, I'm trying to get a 50. I'm trying to get a 50." I'm like, "You trying to get a what?" Now, mind you, I don't talk to them. So none of them come to my cell. There's no reason for him to come to my cell. None of that shit. You know what I'm saying? So when he came, it threw me off because I didn't know the homie had gave him that dope. I didn't know, right? So I'm like, "You want a what?" He's like, "A 50." I'm like, "Man, get the fuck away from my cell." Just like that, right? And he looked and he walked out the building straight to the motherfucking program office. And next thing you know, police came and crashed my spot. They didn't just crash my spot that time. They crashed my spot and like 8 other black cells. None of the South Side. That's what I'm saying. They don't when they do that, they only tell on the blacks. They don't tell on none of the Mexicans. You know what I'm saying? This happened to me a million. I got a million stories like that that I can tell y'all about. But I'm gonna say some stuff. You know what I'm saying? But I just wanted to come on and react to the podcaster dude, you know what I'm saying, that said that he said that his homies should have jumped up and got cracking, when Whack 100 said that they was all snitches or that they all had the green light to snitch. Right? Well, y'all should have jumped up and got cracking. They should have, but you know, sometimes the truth is hard to swallow, especially when it's being exposed to the masses. You know what I'm saying? Some things just get unearthed. You know what I'm saying? You can't keep everything hidden, especially with social media cracking the way that it is in this day and age. You got some of any and everybody on this, platform, but it's a lot of fictitious characters, you know what I'm saying, that occupy the YouTube space, unfortunately, and they put out a lot of bad information. And if they putting something out, they're gonna water it down or they're gonna half-ass tell you about it. You know what I'm saying? Here at this round table, you're not gonna get nothing half-ass. You're not gonna get nothing false. And I'm damn sure not gonna put a false jacket on people that don't fit. You know what I'm saying? Because I understand the consequences of that. It's consequences to that. We talked about that yesterday on yesterday's live. You know what I'm saying? Dudes putting jackets on people and creating false narratives on niggas' characters and manhoods and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? It's deadly consequences to things like that, man. You know what I'm saying? And that's just something that I don't do. And I can only speak to my experiences. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, My experiences happen to involve other people that's still around. You know what I'm saying? That can definitely vouch because they went through the same thing that I did at the same time. You feel me? I dare anybody to call me up on anything, you know what I'm saying, that I bring to this round table as a lie, as being fictitious, as being over exaggerated, any of that. I dare you. You feel me? Because I don't get down like that. You feel me? I wouldn't want nobody putting, just like I have a problem with how they be trying to put themselves up on the pedestal, you know what I'm saying? And make it seem like blacks don't be getting cracking in the jailhouses and in prisons and shit. You know what I'm saying? And when pushed, you know what I'm saying? You push any man, they gonna strike. You know what I'm saying? I have never seen a war where we bowed down to any race, whether it was the Southsiders, Mexicans, or whoever, even the police. You know what I'm saying? That's why when the blacks do get mad in the jailhouses, oh, they finna shut everything down. Just like when they executed Tookie, Big Tookie Williams, right? I was in Folsom State Prison when that happened. You know what they did when they executed Tookie? They put us all on lockdown. They put every crip in the state of California prison on lockdown. And all, you know how many prisons it is in California? California have more prisons in it than any other state. That's facts. You know what I'm saying? So just imagine you got thousands of motherfucking Crips all over the state of California and all these prisons and shit that they put on lockdown because they executed Tookie. You know what I'm saying? They know when niggas get mad, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. You don't want to, them dudes ain't the only ones that's a threat like that. They just get more active on their own people. You know what I'm saying? They don't got a problem with doing that. Like I said, I give them that. Damu said locked down like a month before I was in New Folsom. Yeah, yeah, we was there together, Damu. We was there together. You feel me? They put us on that lockdown. Yeah. See, bro was there. That's what I'm saying, bro. You know what I'm saying? I can't bring anything to this round table that's false. I can't. You know what I'm saying? I know too many people, and there's too many people that know me, and I know some people be tapped in. So, you know what I'm saying? They would definitely jump out there and correct a nigga if I was wrong about anything. You know what I'm saying? Or was speaking any falsehoods about anything. You know what I'm saying? Point blank, period. That Moose say, I remember. Yeah, man. Morticia say, just like the Muslims. Hey, what you mean just like the Muslims? What the Muslims do? We're not talking about Muslims right now. We're talking about, you know, these dudes, man, you know, saying that they don't have a open policy to tell on niggas. If you don't, then what have I been experiencing with these people? You know what I'm saying? That's why, hey, it got to a point where I'm like, look, I'm not doing nothing either. With them, you can't pay me to do nothing. You know what I'm saying? Don't bring none of them around me. I don't want to get to know none of them, talk to them, none of that shit. You know what I'm saying? Because all they doing is document information. They plant themselves specifically around the prison yard to gather information. They take that information and they store it. You know what I'm saying? And when it comes time for them to use that shit, guess what? Guess who's gonna be the what she say? When he sold you that oil. Oh, Morticia been begging me to tell y'all about this story. Man, look, I'm gonna say that real quick, man. She want me to tell y'all about this short story. I'm gonna keep it short. You know what I'm saying? Involve the dude Eddie Boy from Rolling 60s. Y'all might have seen him online. You know what I'm saying? With the dude 600. You know what I'm saying? Big Eddie boy from Rolling 60s, right? I was in Calipatria with Big Eddie boy. You know what I'm saying? And he's Muslim. You feel me? So my nigga Damu say, bro, I fucks with you cause you still the same after all them years. Spirit still strong, still a stand-up comrade. I tip my hat to you cause so many have went so so many have went by. Supreme respect and love. Hey, likewise, bro. Likewise. Likewise. Is hey, I share the same sentiments for you, homie. For real, for real. Hey, for real, for real. Hey, I hold you in high regards, straight up. But yeah, man, like I was saying, you know what I mean? Eddie Boy was in Calipatria State Prison with me. We was on at that time B Yard, right? And he's Muslim. So, they used to be pushing the cold line on the Muslims. Like the Muslims was pushing the cold line on each other, you know what I'm saying? So they used to be able to get this Muslim oil. And at that time, they was the only ones that was able to get it. The Muslim oil is like scented oil that you can use and we use it to make incense. You know what I'm saying? Sprinkle that stuff on some toilet paper or the thread off a mop. You know what I'm saying? Drench that Muslim oil in there, man. Light that thing up, and it's gonna have it smelling so good, so fresh, so wonderful. You know what I'm saying? So back then, at that time, this was in like 1999 or 2000, right? So bam, I knew quite a few of the Muslims there. You know what I'm saying? So bam, one of them was in my building. I messed with him, so I'm like, hey man, I want to buy some Muslim oil. You know what I'm saying? Because I want to keep the scent down, and I'm always in there smoking weed and shit. You know what I'm saying? So I needed some oil. So he like, look, give me some weed, and I'll give you some oil. He like, but you can't tell nobody that I gave you this oil. He said, because if it get out, them dudes will kill me behind that. So I'm like, man, come on, man. I ain't finna tell nobody nothing, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, we can do that. So I gave him some weed. He gave me some oil, right? Well, I guess they had already had some people in there watching him. You know what I'm saying? So when they seen him talking to me, they know I smoke weed. I'll be having weed. You know what I'm saying? They know he like weed. So there's no other reason for me and him to be talking. You know what I'm saying? So I guess they just tried to put two and two together. So anyway, when I get the oil, it's all good. Bam. The next day, I'm going out to breakfast. It's like barely 7 o'clock in the morning. It's cold. It's early, 7 o'clock in the morning, right? I'm walking out the building and shit with the homies and shit. I see Eddie Boy standing in front of the building, suited and booty, right? So I'm like, damn, what this nigga doing over here early like this? You know what I'm saying? So when I get up on him and shit, he like, hey, creep, hey, let me holler at you real quick, brother, right? So I'm like, all right. I'm like, what's happening? He like, hey, man. He like, I know you a cool young dude, man. You know what I'm saying? He like, so I didn't want to, try to get up in your business or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? He like, but one of my brothers, one of my Muslim brothers in your building, man, we know he be in there smoking weed. On the other, he ain't supposed to be doing that. You know what I'm saying? He said, but word came back to me that he sold you some oil for some weed, right? So I'm like, I said, nah, he ain't sold me no oil. You know what I'm saying? So he like, come on, man. He like, yo, look, I'm not trying to get in your business like that. You know what I'm saying? He like, I'm just over here specifically, you know what I'm saying, to ask you about this so I can go ahead and do what I need to do with this dude because that's a violation. You know what I'm saying? I said, look, Eddie boy, like, nah, he ain't sold me nothing, homie. You know what I'm saying? Whatever y'all got going on with him, y'all got going on with him. That ain't got nothing to do with me. That's Muslim business, right? So he looked at me. He was like, all right. He knew I was lying. You know what I'm saying? He's like, all right. From that point on, like I would try to, the Muslims used to always be in the church area in the prison. This was in Calipatria, right? B-Yard. They used to always be in the church area. In the church area was where all the music equipment and shit was at. You know what I'm saying? See, I got another story about all that. You know what I'm saying? And I know she want me to tell y'all about that, right? And eventually I will. You know what I'm saying? But all the music equipment was up in there. So in order to get to that, you got to get through the door. Guess who they used to always have at the door? Eddie Boy, right? So bam, Morticia laughing. Eddie Boy always at the door, right? So bam, every fucking time, man, I try to get up in. I'm trying to get to this music equipment. I'm in there rapping. I'm trying to record some stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because they had the music room cracking. So bam, he got the list. So bam, I know I'm on, but he's scratching me off the list, right? So bam, I get to him. I mean, when I walk up to the door, he look at me. What's your name, brother? Be like, come on, Eddie Boy, man. You know my nah, man. I got the check. See if you on the list, man. So I tell him my name. He'll look. Nah, you ain't on there, brother. Like, man, come on, man. I know they putting like you ain't on there, brother. What can I say? That you ain't on there. If you're not on the list, I can't let you in. I'm like, so he shut me down from being there. I'm telling you, he was mad about because he knew that I had lied to him about dudes selling me that Muslim oil. But come on, what the fuck I look like? I'm not finna, man, I'm not in jail for telling. Ain't never told on nobody about life, whether it's to the police or to another nigga. You know what I'm saying? And you're asking me to do that? Like, nah. So, all right, fuck that music room. You know what I'm saying? I figured out a different way to record. But yeah, man, that's what she wanted me to tell y'all about. You know what I'm saying? But hey, it's a whole story connected to that. You know what I'm saying? That connect from him to Dr. Dre to Young Buck to yeah, it's a whole bunch. I'll bring that one to y'all next time, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go ahead and end this live. I didn't want to make this super stream. You know what I'm saying? I just wanted to bring this little story to y'all about these dudes. You know what I'm saying that they don't have a open policy to tell on blacks and shit. You know what I'm saying? And in my experience, like, nah, that you can't shoot that one out there. You know what I'm saying? Without heavy contestment. You know what I mean? Because I've seen a number of people step out there. BG Knockout, Compton Nutty Block. You know what I'm saying? He was one of them that stepped out there and said the same exact thing. You got to remember, BG Knockout done prison time. You know what I'm saying? And in the midst of him doing his prison time came the experience of, you know what I'm saying, being told on or seeing his homies get told on by these dudes in the same fashion that I've described to y'all. Not putting no extras on it. Niggas not waking up out their sleep just making up these stories and shit on them. What for? I dislike them, of course. You know what I'm saying? But that comes with, you know, the gang banging lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? And us having just differences of opinions when it comes to political shit. You know what I'm saying? So, and I'm pretty sure they dislike me too. But that's the gang banging ones. Do not get it twisted. You know what I'm saying? Like I've said before, and I will continue to say it, all Mexican people are not the same. I don't put the whole entire race in one category because, come on, man, I know they don't get down like that. You got some real good Mexican people out there. You know what I'm saying? I come from a city that's filled with them. You know what I'm saying? I know how to decipher the rotten apples from the good. You know what I'm saying? And I'm pretty sure they feel the same way about us. Do you know what I mean? You got rotten apples in every batch. You feel me? That's just the nature of the game. But anyway, yeah, man, I'm gonna go ahead and let y'all get back to the rest of y'all night. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate y'all stepping back to this roundtable, man. Hey, y'all make me the proudest. You know what I'm saying? Because y'all stepped to this round table when I asked y'all to. You know what I'm saying? And look, I keep encouraging y'all. Send me stuff. Whatever y'all want to talk about, we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna discuss it. It don't always have to be on me, and it don't always have to be the same old topics or the same old things, in which I try to switch it up from time to time. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, I encourage participation. You know what I'm saying? And I appreciate all of y'all, man. I really do. That's from the heart. Thank you all for tapping in, man. For real, for real. But I'm gonna let y'all get back to y'all night. If you haven't already did it, please like, comment, and subscribe to the Swang Low Podcast Show, Do Rock Creek. You know what I'm saying? I would definitely appreciate it. It helps us. It keeps us in the algorithm. You know what I'm saying? And it most definitely gets the numbers rolling and going and going and going. And that's what we're gonna continue to do. We're gonna continue to go, man. You know what I'm saying? Good night to everybody out there. Damo, good night, homie. You have a blessed night, blessed rest of your night. Extend mines to your brother. You know what I'm saying? It's all love. Blessings to y'all, man. My girl Marticia, all love. You already know. I'm finna get with you in a minute. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna go chill and do our thing. You know what I mean? And to the rest of y'all out there that's tapped in, man, I appreciate y'all, man. For real, for real. Thank you for coming and spending this time with us. You know what I'm saying? We're going to try to keep this thing cracking like this. You know what I mean? I do not want to let any of y'all down. Definitely don't want to let myself down. You know what I'm saying? So persistence is the key. You know what I'm saying? On that note, I'm going to get on up out of here, man. I love y'all. Appreciate y'all. To the next time we meet at this round table. Triple gang.